Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing on this Tuesday? Tuesday. It's good to be back and saying hi to everyone. What a weekend. I got another ridiculous weekend on the way, followed by another ridiculous weekend on the way. So there you go. It's gonna be that kind of month, you know? It's gonna be that kind of month. This is different. Why is that red? Kevin Cron getting things started with the 5 gifted memberships. Uh Thank you guys. Holy crap. Look, there's another one. It's red on my screen. Why is it green on YouTube and red over here? What does that mean? What does that mean? Why did they change stuff up? Why do they gotta put their finger in stuff when they don't need to? What is going on here? Man, that's some crazy stuff. You guys are kicking it off with 10 gifted memberships while I've been gone a couple days. You guys are so awesome. Thanks for keeping the lights on and spreading the love. Man, I miss you guys too. Thank you. So beautiful. He's back and bigger than ever. Literally bigger. Chris Karan for 2. Let's see. Huge shout out to the people on Kick, Graham, Spider, Colehauser, chatting it up over there on Kick. Over on Rumble side, Lady Marine, Alf is there, Doc Hatchet, Dunhee, Dark Hardham. Oh, Dark Heart Hemi. Sorry, what I say? Just hanging out. Dunny says you're gonna have to discuss these days off with us. I'm not sure if we approve all this time off. I see Jed. Jed is everywhere. Everywhere doing his thing. Yeah, we got another short week this week as well. We'll have a show tomorrow. I don't know if I do one on Thursday. It might be an hour earlier. Whoo! It might be an hour earlier. We'll see. Meta Slave. Why is it red? Oh, look at this. One of my favorites. Meta Slave with 20 gifted memberships to the Rebellion family. I see my man Jim in the chat. I got to hang out with Jim at Universal Studios. He's like, Jay was entertaining us over there. Meta Slave, how are you? Good morning. Dan Vasquez in the chat. Everybody's just rolling in like you know, just rolling in. Just checking everybody. It's good to see you guys. I tried my best. I was like I tried my best. Once I got home, I was like, if I wake up, I'll do a show, but I didn't wake up. And even still, it's just like, holy crap, still tired, man. Oh man. Trying to get like everything back in order, only to get up and leave again. At least I'm staying on the East Coast this time, not the West Coast. But yeah. Also, like, I see people are mad. People are mad that I didn't that like they felt like they didn't get a proper notification for the meetup at Universal. And they were in like Ryan's chat and Jeremy's chat. They're like, "What's up with Jay? How come he didn't?" I'm like, first of all, I was like, The meetup was for my people here. Like, I didn't know Ryan and Jeremy were even gonna go. I asked them over, "Are you gonna go?" "No, I'm not gonna go." "Yeah, maybe I'll go." I might go." Jose, for $1, I had to tell people on Jeremy and Ryan's stream that the meetup was announced daily on Welcome to the Rebellion and Patreon. They were like, I got an angry like DM like I didn't. I should have tweeted it out. I don't know. It's like I try to tell them, I'm like, uh, this was like my meetup kind of thing. Not to be rude, I was like, it's kind of like my meetup. I didn't know if Ryan or Jeremy was even going to show up. So why would I announce a G&G thing if it was just like me and my Patreon, me and my people? So I was like, well, sorry. Like one of them was like, I don't watch your show. I don't plan on watching your show, but you could at least make the proper announcement. I was like, well, I don't know, man. Like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? People mad at something, always. People mad at the Gina fight. Woo! I think people that are just were hating, were waiting for her to lose and lose in such glorious fashion, you know? They were like ready for Gina to lose that fight in glorious fashion. I can't believe it, man. I actually um I actually had to block a person on Twitter. I never do that, but I was like, I actually had to block, and it was a theme park vlogger who just wouldn't stop because they kept saying like Nazis deserve to lose and Nazis like anyone that follows her is a Nazi and they need to deserve the same treatment. And I'm like, I just don't want to see it anymore. I don't care. Like, I just thought it like you guys are still running with that thing. It's like, holy crap, man. I was like, let me just block and move on because it's just, and they were tagging me and stuff too. They were like, you're next. You're the next Nazi. I was like, yeah, I did actually. Yeah. Uh, the craziest thing about it all was I don't watch MMA, right? I couldn't tell you anybody's name. I don't know how things work. I don't know how things happen. I don't know any of that stuff. And I got to sit next to Ryan, and there was a point where they started showing like the highlights. So they showed Gina highlights first at like one of the breaks. I was like, oh man, she's gonna get it. Look at her kicking and punching. And all right. Then they showed the Rhonda highlights after like one of the other fights and how her like I don't know, 4 or 5 times in a row she won in like 10 seconds with that same tactic, rush in and grab the arm and win and get out. And Ryan kept saying, "That's what I'm afraid of. That's what she does. That is what she does. She gets in quick, grabs the arm, she gets in quick. Like that's what she's gonna do. Like, and I was watching the highlights. I was like, dang, it could be pretty bad. I was like, this could be pretty bad. Fight started. It was all hot. Like the like when they were walking out to the ring, it was pretty awesome. Everybody was screaming and cheering. And then when 17 seconds in, when the bell rang, I'm like, what just happened here? I was like, Ryan, did we lose that quickly? Did we lose? And Ryan was like, yeah. I was like, dang, man. Oi. I was like, holy crap. I had a great time. I don't understand what the problem was. And then um I posted a picture of I posted a picture of us like at the fight, And like everyone in the comments were like, "You're a loser for spending all that money to go out there." Like you, and I'm like, I had a great time. What's the problem? And people were like, Jay, we know she doesn't talk to you anymore. Jay, you're trying to get back in her good graces. Jay, I know like she probably you know, you're trying to simp now because she doesn't talk to you anymore. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here, man? I'm like, what are all these comments? They wouldn't stop. It's just like one after another. And I'm like, well, it's like they waited. Hold on. Mountain Mutts is just lurking around. Welcome home, Jay. Team Gina. And Metal Slate with a $10 holla. MMA is my jam. I was on Sports Wars chatting, schooling people with Mo and Hayden Wayne, also schooling people. I have learned a truth in life. Never ever try to outsmart Metaslave in anything. Ever. Never try to outwork her. Never try to outsmart her. Never try. Ever. B man, if you can't be here today, it's all love, brother. Go have some fun. We all just we just chilling. We just chilling. People are sending jewels over here. I see it. I just don't know how to highlight it. Haters are gonna hate. It was just like I was just like, why would it be a problem to fly out there and like be that? And like the funny thing is, Gina set the whole thing up. Clearly, we're not friends anymore. I was like, set the whole thing up. I probably wouldn't have gone. She finally made a post here. She said, "This is one of the best rides of my life. I felt locked in fight night. No fear, just focused, positive adrenaline. Love to my team," with a crying emoji or watery eye emoji. My heart is heavy. I wanted to throw, battle, win, but I kicked when I should have moved and I was down and done. If I hadn't have tapped, she would have broken my arm as it began to crackle. Ugh, I can't imagine what that feels like. I can't imagine. My heart is heavy. I wanted to the disappointment of losing like that is very humbling. Johnny Bones came up to my table after the fight and they set my mind straight. They said, "You haven't fought in 17 years. You know how big your balls have to be to get back there after that long? Did you set some sort of record or something? Respect." That's exactly what I needed to hear from the best to ever do it. I've been on a calorie deficient, been in calorie deficient for a year. Training felt like swimming as hard as I could upstream. I can count on two hands the number of times I felt good training. It was physically the hardest thing I've ever done. Taking the weight off while turning back into an athlete, I felt like a science experiment losing 100 pounds. Every week, the pressure of how to get that little bit off. I learned a little late how to do it healthier, but trial by fire. Um, the California Athletic Commission is great and one of the strictest in the world. They weighed me a week and a half before the fight, extra tests and scans, multiple drug tests. We weighed in and they weighed us the night of the fight to make sure we complied with the rehydration rules, which I passed easily. I needed to go through this fight to implement permanent lifestyle changes, and now I feel like this is just the beginning. Can't wait to see how I push my body next. I'm so glad the world got to experience this version of Ronda Rousey. I found a woman, wife, mother, daughter, sister, legend. I adore you, lady. We made history again. I hope MVP promotions, Netflix continue because they crushed it. Respect is where respect is due. Jake Paul is such a great experience. Thank you all for showing your support. It's because of you we get to face our fear. Hey, I know that line. Face our fears and live our dreams. I know someone that says that all the time. I know someone who says that all the time. With all my heart, thank you. It's a cool picture right here, though. That was the end. She went to kick. I don't even know how, like, I couldn't give any detailed analysis or anything. I don't even know. Like, should she have given her a high knee? Should she have punched here? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Metaslave would know. I don't know. I don't know. Cole Hauser with 100 kicks. I don't know what that is. You sent a shirt over on Kick. That's where I thought the knee would be. Yeah, it's like which she like when Rhonda ducks down, was that should she have like knee like try to pop her with a knee or punch her? I don't know. That was that. I don't know, man. I had a great weekend. Flying out to LA with Jeremy was hilarious. And then Friday spent the day at Universal Studios with Jim and Wiley Dave and others. And then we went to and Ivan and we went. I got to ride every ride I've never done before. So I was really happy about that. And see like the little differences. I'm a theme park nerd, man. You know? So like that was to me was awesome. The Transformer, I don't know, I loved it. And then um the meetup afterwards, like we went to NBC Grill. The City Walk area in Hollywood is nice, man. It's nice. Freaking nice. Jose for $1. The problem wasn't the 17 seconds. The problem was I just wish it would have lasted longer, just like my wedding night. It was a great it was great, but ended too soon. Jose on Rumble. Oh, yeah. The thing is like Brett Cooper, like so that morning we went to me, Ryan, and Beardo went to the beach. And we were like, do we want to go see like do we want to go see the the little fights, I guess, like whatever. Like and we were like, nah, not really. Just let's go see the main event. So it's like it started at 3, but we were like, we don't need to be there till 6, if that makes sense. So he's like, let's go to the beach and have breakfast. So we went there and that's when a homeless man chased me and all that stuff. So I think we got it all on camera for a great the prelims, yeah. For a great vlog. And I think the stadium was beautiful, man. But the thing is, like with the Brett Cooper thing, I'm sure Brett Cooper got invited, like the G&G crew did, and I'm sure Gina reached out to her and like hooked it up for her as well. And she only showed up for Gina's fight and left. So Brett Cooper came, like we all got kind of like the memo, right? Like Gina, no matter what, Gina was fighting like at 9, right? I think they did that on purpose. So that's why, like in between fights, it was probably boring as because they were just trying to kill time. And because they each fight was like definitely designated a time slot unless it had gone later. But if it had gone earlier, then they were just gonna wait because in between fights, everybody got out of their seat and went and got something to eat or drink. The fight was over, everybody got up and left, and then they all came back down. It was very weird. I've never been anything like that, so I don't know. I don't know. So Brett Cooper didn't even show up till like the beginning of Gina's fight, like the beginning of like the announcement. So she sat in Beardo's seat, and Beardo got up and moved over like 4 seats. And then as soon as it was over, Brett and her husband left, just like that. Like they left quick. They left really quick. Campio was saying it was half empty. Um, I don't know. I the only thing I could say was that it for like the Gina fight was like 90. It looked 90% full to me. But again, after each fight, when they were talking to the announcers, everybody got up and left. Is there like the way the stadium is really it's really beautiful. So, you know, I think Ryan said it best. It might have looked half empty on TV. So it was very weird. Like each seat had like right on the hand, like they had these LED lights that would like blink and like change color and all that stuff. And they had phone chargers on every seat, which was kind of unique. So it looked empty watching it at home. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Might have. I will say when we got there, so the floor level was always crowded because there was always like, I guess, a celebrity walking through, like Marshawn Lynch and other fighters and other stuff like that. The high up nosebleeds, like they were all packed. That was freaking packed. It was like there was patches in the middle section. I could literally like see where people would think that it was empty. So Metaslave said the seats have horizontal lights that make it look like the seats were empty, but it wasn't. Yeah, I didn't think it was empty at all, actually. Did they have specific merch on sale? They did. Oh yeah, they did. Hold on. Hold on. Whoops. Let me get my bag out. I cannot express enough how awesome. This is the only thing I took with me. The only thing. Carried everything and more. So this was a shirt that they gave me. I like it. It's like the Mike Tyson punch out thing. So that's cool. Yeah, the homeless thing was a little. Yeah, that's the only time Ryan got like mad. That's the only thing. Let's see. After I was like, I thought that homeless guy was talking to me. He had a guitar, and I thought he was talking to me. I was like, "Are you talking to me?" Because he was really loud, and he started cussing me out and like chasing, like not chasing me. Like he got up, like he was sitting down. He stood up and he walked towards me, and Beardo was like, he's coming towards you, man." And so I turned around and I'm like, "What? What are we doing here?" Like I turned around, like I was like, I wasn't scared or anything, but it just I didn't want to like get hit in the back of the head. But he started yelling at a statue. So, and that's the only time Ryan looked at me and was like, "Don't talk to anyone. Do not talk to anyone." I'm like, "Okay." Like, all right. Um, I'm like, my bad. I thought he was talking to me. I think I could have taken him though. Like that's for sure. After the fight was over, we went to In and Out. I had a good time. I don't know what else to say. Also, this I would have done it again if she decides to fight again, and I would have done it again. I had a great time. Notorious vagrant known as PP Poo Poo Man arrested on horrifying new charges. Mm. I got to hang out and hang out with Tree Bear, which was awesome. I got to hang out with Tree Bear. One of the highlights. This is pretty scary, you know. You never know about people, right? Man came in the chat all the time and like we had a good laugh and we always laughed at PP Poopa Man for $1 kind of thing. We thought it was great, funny. And who knew that he was like a notorious like crime person, you know? Who knew? It's kind of surprising now that we put it all together like where did he get those dollars from? You know, that's the real question. Where did he get the dollars from? And what is he doing with the other dollars, you know? I don't even want to know what he did. That's the worst part. I don't even want to know. But rest in peace, PP Poo Poo Man. I will say this, he did get arrested in Canada, so he might be released rather quickly. That's all I'm saying. Like it might be over and done with, you know, like might be over and done with before it. What's funny is hold on, let me show you like somebody somebody posted this. He's real. Say his name. You won't be laughing when he kills you. The PP Poo Poo Man. Man, some crazy stuff out there. You never know about people, you know? That's why at these meetups, we do them in places where there's security and like you got to go through metal detectors and all that stuff. Like you just never know about people. You never know. Uh, we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave. Oh man. I saw it. Ryan showed me that yesterday. I about died. I was like, I freaking died. Jay, I love your hat. I like it too. And I'm only wearing it now because, you know. Um Okay. Let's start off with like some of the best news ever. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for supporting. I know you haven't seen me in a few days. All the gifties that came in early on all the 3 different channels. Thanks for all the love, man. I really appreciate it. You never know what happens like when you take a few days off, and it's like Jeremy freaking milked the super chat thing last night like no one's business. Like, send me super chats. I flew on a plane. I'm like, how? What do I got to do here? Join my Patreon. Um, let's start off with some great news. You guys might have seen this. I know I might be a little old on some of the news, but here we are.
In the hills of Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania, a familiar red roof catches the eye. Inside, the vinyl booths, Tiffany-style lamps, and yes, the salad bar you may remember from decades ago.
I mean, it's amazing the comments we have about they have the red cups. Yes, we do.
Tim Sparks got his start working at a Pizza Hut that looked like this. He's now president of Dayland Corporation, which owns this franchise and more than 80 others around the country. They've redecorated many restaurants to rewind the clock.
It looks exactly like the one that I remember from when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's what we were after.
Some Pizza Hut classics are now top performing locations. Customers show up for a piece of their childhood.
It just brings back memories.
To share with their own kids.
When you finally find something that tastes how you genuinely remember it tasting, like, you can't let it go.
People come from 2 and 3 hours away, and I'm not making that up.
More restaurants are serving up nostalgia. Franchises like Burger King and KFC return to old school logos and packaging in recent years. At Pizza Hut, they even brought back Pac-Man. But for Sparks, this is much more than a game. It's a mission to rebuild places where families can connect.
If we could get them in here as a family, they do tend to put their phones down and actually have conversations and speak with each other. I'm not going to tell you I know how to fix the world, but I do think that family is a good place to start.
He hopes to renovate more of his restaurants as long as he can find enough of those lamps.
They're hard to get.
Yeah, they're almost impossible to get.
A familiar taste.
Well, cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Bringing people together.
Just like I remember it.
Again, Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, Tunkhannock, Pennsylvania.
Man, I gotta go. Gotta go, man. I gotta find out where these locations are and like just go one time. Gotta go. That's America right there. It's freaking America. We gotta do it. We gotta do a meetup. Let's just pack the place out. Look at it. People are like, I'm in, I'll go with you. Eldridge says it's an hour away from me. Well, today it is. We gotta do this. That would be awesome. Just one last time, right? One last time. That'd be kind of cool. It's true. Like, I remember like going to the Pizza Hut with my folks like after church. So like that was like one of those things. Come on, man. Clyde for 2, road trip to Pizza Hut. Why am I a loser? Because people send me money or gifties or something like that. It's pretty weird that you would have that as your avatar and you want to talk trash, which only tells me that you're probably very fat. Look at that. Arc Light with a gifted membership to the channel. Jay, what size shirt or sweatshirt are you? 2X. 2x. Little Jim's Halo. Loser tax Jay's one big gummy bear. Oh. And Jeanette with the gifted membership. Thank you. Shout out. Metaslave with 20. Loser tax. Loser. Yeah, I'm losing in life, so you can come and watch my downfall. It's pretty rough. I do love the I love that they're bringing that back. It doesn't have to be everywhere. It could be one of those experiences where you go, with friends every now and then, go to Pizza Hut, go and hang out, all that stuff. I used to go, again, we used to go not every Sunday, but every now and then it was like, hey, we're going to go to Pizza Hut after church. It was a great time. It was a freaking great time. Here's some money, you loser. Thank you, man. It's over for me. Me and Gina both. Gina, she made about $1 million for that fight. Someone paid for my trip. It's a rough life, man. I need help. Someone send bigger super chats. Hurry. Why do we lose, Mr. Wayne? So we can learn how to win again. Nerf herder for 5. Thank you. Homeless fighter tax 199. Eric Stratton with 5 gifted memberships to the channel. Loser tax for J Bear. God bless. Jay clogged the toilet at the hotel. I didn't do that. We'll be starting rumors. Didn't do that at all. At all. I almost reinvented bum fights, though. That's for sure. 19 months lurking and supporting a loser. Yeah. What are you doing with your life? Come on now. The heck are y'all doing with your life? My man Dog over on the Rumble side with 5 gifted memberships to the channel. And 16 people watching on Kick. Gotta love it. Jay didn't clog the toilet, but he did rupture the pipes. Hey, man. I didn't eat too much while I was there. I was too busy running around. It was good to see Tree Bear. I will say this. Everyone thought Tree Bear was like 500 pounds until we met him and we're like, wow, he looks different than what we expected. Look at all the losers in my chat. Thank you guys for the love. Spider Unlimited gifted a sub over on Kick. We got almost 70 Rumble viewers. Hey, I'm not into the drama, but I hear the quartering is moving his Rumble show to the morning. He's going to take all my viewership. That's what I heard. Everyone kept tagging me, and I'm like, I think people that watch me on Rumble are a little different than his viewers. I was like, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. Everyone's like, Jay, the quartering's coming for your time slot in the morning. And I'm like, who? I was like, it's cool. Competition, like whatever. I'll be there just to unlike his stream and leave. Oh, man. Have you ever played KOTOR 1 and 2? I have. I love it. I still got to play Resident Evil 2. I've got, oh, dude, I have so much. I didn't know you're on Rumble. People might not find me on Rumble because it's not Drunk 3PO. It's Welcome to the Rebellion. So, yeah, there's the chat right there. I just was making a joke. I'm not gonna get into all that drama stuff. There's other channels that cover it a lot better than me. So I'll let them cover the whole thing, you know? Steel Leg of History, shout out to you, brother. I'll let them do it. Look at that. He found it. I see you on the screen. Anyway, like the whole like I really would love like the Pizza Hut stuff to come back. I think that's cool. It's kind of neat to see things swing. Again, it probably won't come back like it was before where there was one like every 5 miles, but like if you have like one every now and then and it's kind of like a fun thing to do, why not? I'm afraid that's what's going to happen to movie theaters, you know? I think movie theaters are going to like I think a lot of movie theaters are going to have to change moving forward and some of them might even shut down. It just might change into something different because people just don't go to the movies anymore. And it's going to turn into like a special thing. Kind of like what I'm doing for He-Man coming up and if you are coming out to hang out with me for He-Man, please for the love of God be part of the Patreon. It's free cuz I'm going to probably post this week. I'm going to get with Bruce the time and the theater because I don't want the tickets to sell out. I'm going to encourage people to get their tickets early. I'm going to buy my tickets and then I'm going to like me and Bruce are going to get our tickets early and then I'm going to post what theater it is, what time, where I'm sitting. So if y'all are coming to get your tickets, it'll be in the Patreon. I'll probably do it before I leave to go to Georgia. So we'll have a great time. It'll probably be later, like I want to say a 9 o'clock show because I know people have to go to get off of work. And so for those that are going. So we'll probably get there. Me and Bruce we'll get there and like go to the pizza place and like hang out for a little bit, walk around city, walk a little bit, and then go to like a 9:30 show. Something around that time. That'll give people plenty of time to go home and like get cleaned up after work and make their way out there. And I think parking at City Walk is free at that time. So, you know, yeah. So that'll be cool. Jose says, Jay, I don't think the Universal Theater where you're going to will sell the He-Man swords and drinks. I'm sorry. That is a possibility. That is a possibility. Heavy D says, if the movie doesn't suck, the people will go. I ain't looking for anything. I ain't looking for anything special. I ain't looking for any. The early reviews are out. And it like if this is all it is, I'm okay with it. The best thing about Masters of the Universe is that it fully embraces its roots as an over-the-top 80s cartoon come to life. The film never takes itself too seriously. That is all I ever wanted. That is all I ever wanted. I was like, don't take it seriously. Let it be silly. Just let it be dumb fun. That's all I want. I don't need a life lesson or anything. I just want dumb fun. And like seeing a lot of people saying stuff like this leans completely into the cheese factor and proudly wears his heart on his sleeve. That's if this review is true. That's all I want. That's all I want. There's a lot of reviews like that. I know some people like getting crazy, like they're mad about this movie. I don't care. I just want it to be dumb, stupid, different. This person says, pains me to say it, but Jared Leto is genuinely unrecognizable. And very good in Masters of the Universe. He and Bree understood the assignment. Skeletor and Evil Lynn steal the whole freaking thing. That's all I want, man. That's all I want. The Mando reviews from the same people, they're saying like Mandalorian is awful. So, but again, these are, we don't deal with the critics too much. You know what I mean? Like, ain't trying to mess with the critics because I don't really trust them. We don't really trust them over here. But if I read a little bit, I was like, yeah, it's dumb fun. Doesn't take it. A lot of them were saying the same thing. Doesn't take himself seriously. I'm like, all right. We got to get into the news of the day, man. Hey, take care, Brian. Tree Bear, Tuesday night's main event, Geeks and Gamers Fight Night. Dun, 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 dun. I'm heading out. I have an interview at 10. Wish me luck. Good luck, Donna Hall. May God be with you. Causa says I'm not a He-Man fan. Hey, look at that. It's Lulu Blue. I love it. I'm late, but Team Gina, wearing my Team Carano shirt today with a 50. Absolutely. I'm going to try, I don't think I want to wear this. I want to get her to sign it. And then I can have it. Here's my Team Gina shirt, Lulu. That's pretty cool. Lulu with a $50 donation. Smacking down the haters.
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Lulu would have I'm glad she wasn't here when all the Gina hate was in here, She wouldn't have liked that too much. She wouldn't have liked that. She wouldn't have liked that. We got, let's see, Krista versus Eltroid. Dan Vass versus Ryan. Mike versus Philip Chan. X-Wing versus Blaine. Steph versus Madam Savvy. Me versus Kata. Oh, come on now. Jeremy versus Fear the Beardo. Who we have? Who we got? Jeremy versus Fear the Beardo. Dang, them legs, bro. We've got Little Arm Jeremy. Dang, Beardo fat. Banana Trunks. Whew. The weights are all wrong. We're giving it to Jeremy with the easy win. Just sweep the leg. Me versus, look at that. Tree Bear always does me right. Man, I love that guy. Bear Claw Brawlin. Power. Forrest Gump strength. That's my power. Kata is tiny but deadly. Since I'm not on Tuesday night's main event, they probably will have Kata win, I don't think so. I can just punt him, I'll punt him. Oh. Kata will attack feet. That is true. That is freaking true. Whoa. Whoa. Madam Savvy. Wow. That's rough. That is rough to look at. Wait, I know there's more than that, huh? His power is the Jaws review. I love that Tree Bear makes X-Wing fatter and fatter each time because he both rednecks. Ah, man. We got Mike missing a leg here. These are freaking great, dude. Ancient Chinese secret is his power. Mike's power is diabetes. Diabetes. Phil looking jacked, man. The Nintendo coins on his arm. This is great. That's freaking great. This could be the closest matchup of the night right here. Ryan's order power is wrong orders. This could be the matchup of the night. I don't know. It could go either way. Or it could last 17 seconds. Ryan got the rage, man. That rage could be pretty powerful. Dan is just pretty easy going, you know? Pretty easy going. So we'll see. I don't know. The Pharaoh hat power is hilarious, dude. That's so great. We're going to have to give it to Krista on that. We're going to have to give it to Krista. Yeah. Just how it is. I think Krista's the easy win. The easy pick for the win. This is a tough one. You got like nubby arms and skinny legs. And this could be a tough one too. I don't know. In my experience watching boxing, the white guy always has a little problem with the black guy, unless you're Rocky. So we'll see. That's savvy picture, man. Good God, man. Whew. That's rough. Great job as always, Tree Bear. Great job. Freaking great job. We did lose if you didn't know, Tom Kane passed away yesterday. I believe it was yesterday. Tom Kane, man. He's the voice of the theme. He was the voice of Yoda in the Clone Wars. And he was the voice of the theme parks, you know, the monorail voice. He was the voice of other people too, you know, like I cried. He was the voice of the professor in one of my all-time favorite childhood TV shows. Yeah. The voice of the monorail. Please stand clear of the doors. I don't know if he was like sick or anything. Like, I don't know. James Arnold Taylor on his Instagram gave a very touching speech. So, you know, R.I.P. Tom Kane. Probably voicing all the stuff in heaven right now. Please stand clear of the doors. Yeah, he was very ill for a few years, says Mojo. Okay, I wasn't sure. He voiced a lot of things at the theme park. I don't know exactly how much. I know he voiced a lot of Disney stuff, but it was mostly like, you know. And you want to know what's really sad? I don't think Disney has. I could be wrong. I didn't see it. I don't think Disney or Star Wars has even said we lost a legend, you know. So which is pretty typical for them to do that. And at the top of the hour, I want to say shout out to all the amazing lurkers back. For the Welcome to Rebellion show early this morning. God bless you guys. Thanks for always supporting me and keeping the lights on and making it possible just to do what we do, these fun meetups that are coming up. Don't forget, we got Savannah, Georgia this Friday. Make sure you RSVP if you can on the Geeks and Gamers website. And the Carowinds meetup the following Friday. And then hopefully June, I will be in OKC for like 2 days. Kind of crazy. So hey Jay, I'm newer to Kick and didn't know most of options, move or do something. I still use YouTube mostly, but I felt bad on my nerdy home stream when Patrick does like a boo action. Going to test out because Kino moves too fast to see any of them. All right. Go for it. Just know Spider Unlimited and Colehauser are the mods over there. So if you get like really weird, but yeah, all good. OKC. Yeah, I'm going to the Galaxy Con there. I'm working with the Star Wars people over there for a quick run over there. Quick run over there. Any chance you're going to Vegas this year? I don't know.
That's awesome. By the power of baseball. We have the power.
There's Dolph Lundgren, man. I don't know why I'm so hyped for this film. I have no idea. Why I'm so hyped for this film. Like, I just want like so much cheesiness, 80ness, like just like this music. That's all I want. I'm like, I don't know why I'm hyped for this film. You got to respect the fact that they brought Dolph Lundgren out there to sign autographs and stand with the cat. If he makes a cameo in this film, that's going to be freaking awesome, dude. And the fact that he takes the sword, like there's a moment where he takes the sword and he hands it over, like passing the torch. Come on, man, that is awesome. That is mad respect. That is mad respect right there. They didn't have to invite him out, but they did. It's freaking cool. The original Punisher and He-Man right there. Yep, that's right, Heavy D. That's right. So also, like they released like the He-Man cartoons on Amazon. And I'm dying, man. Like I remember watching them things. Oh. I wonder if Dolph Lundgren has a cameo. Like that's just mad respect that they took him and they're like, we want you to be at the premiere because we respect what you did before. R Solely, did I say that right? On Rumble for $5, I started to watch the cartoon with my 6-year-old son. He loves it and yells, I have the power. I'm really excited for the movie. Man, that's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. Transformers is still my number one, but I always thought He-Man was just like silly, fun ridiculousness. You know? And because of all of you, the He-Man shirt is a permanent staple in the drunk 3PO store. You gotta get the He-Man shirt. Come on, people. Help out veterans. Come on, man. Amazing what giving a little respect means to fans. What do you know? 100%. Amazing the respect. I love it. Cole is correct. If Hasbro buys Mattel to be part of Transformers, that's going to be crazy, isn't it? Graham wants that Flex Fit hat. Is the shirt permanently on there? I want to get it, but I have to wait. Yes, it's permanently on there. These are my permanent, and the Rebel Scum shirt is back permanently. I don't talk about it enough. And then you could read all about the 9-Line Foundation on all the good stuff that it does. So no tank tops. What you see is what you get. Dang, my patch is out of stock. Look at that. Free shipping at $70 plus my code. Look at that. All right. All right. I've grifted enough, huh? Grifted enough. Let's get back to business. Let's see. Where did I leave off? Spencer Pratt, the guy running for LA mayor, has released a new ad. Jose, for $1 out of all my birthday parties, my 5th birthday was He-Man themed. That was one I remember the most. I just wish Voltron wasn't going to Prime. I wish it was in theaters also. Texas Rose says it's online store, Jay, not grifting. I respect it. Daisy says keep on grifting. You earned it. Well, the thing is, the 9-Line stuff is special to me because the 9-Line stuff is special because not only you get a cool shirt, but we help people. You know, we help people, and that's the beauty of that. You know, we help people. There's nothing better than that. Get a fun shirt and help people at the same time. Spencer Pratt is going to get crazy heat for this. I'm sure Will Smith will come out and be like, I don't like this guy, whatever. I don't like it.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I had to take a minute to run for mayor. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel Air.
I'm going to get copy claimed, aren't I? I'm going to get copy claimed. So thank you for the super chats.
Los Angeles, Palisades, in my backyard is where I spend most of my days. Feeding hummingbirds, relaxing all cool, avoiding all the bums outside of the school. When a couple politicians who were up to no good started making trouble in my neighborhood, I got in one little fire, my mom got scared and said, you're moving in with Harvey Levin in Bel Air.
It's AI music. Maybe it'll go under the you know.
I pulled out from my lot about 7 or 8 and I yelled to the rubble, yo ho, smell you later. I moved to my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as a prince of Bel Air.
Do you get copy claimed on Rumble? No. Oh. Any chance that he wins, right? Any chance? None at all, right? We're still going with that. Um we have, let's see, we did the Pizza Hut thing. Oh, here we go right here. Did you guys see this? And then we're going to talk about aliens for a minute. A World War II era seaplane makes an emergency landing right on the Phoenix street. That's crazy. Is that real? How come there's no traffic on the road? Is that real? How come the street is not like have no? Did they block it out on purpose because he radioed in or something? Like, there's no one on the road here. Oh, I take it back. There are people on the road. Could you imagine driving and you're like, Mom? There are people on the road. Oh, there's a sign right there. Oh. He called for help. They might have cleared the street. It's real, bro. Was wild. I saw. Oh, wow. I take it back. There is cars in the road. I didn't notice it at first. It looks like he hits this sign here, no? Or just goes underneath of it. Oh, wait, hold on. Was there a buddy sitting right there? Oh, man, there's somebody on a scooter. Yo. Jay, most of my shirts are from Nine Line. They have great folks working there, and my other shirts are from Ripa. I don't wear anything else. I'm right there with you, Steel Leg. Almost everything I have on is a Nine Line or Ripaverse. That's how Ryan got to LA, pretty much. He did clip the sign. Okay. All right. Thank you, Steel Leg. That's crazy. Boom. There's like 4 people in that plane, right? I just seen like this poor soul right here on the scooter, like had no idea what was happening. Hey man, mad props. Not only did he not hit anybody, but it looks like he picked a stretch of road that wasn't congested, and he was able to like. That would be insane to see, dude. If you were just driving to work, you know what I mean? That would be like freaking insane. Colazo says Ryan rips me for taking the train, and I have a better ride than he does. Man, I love the train, dude. I love the train. That's crazy. I was there when this happened. The Long Beach Pride Parade was expected to draw tens of thousands. 2 tents showed up and about 10 people total at start time. The festival was canceled due to permitting issues, but the parade wasn't. Make that of what you will. Are we healing here? The world healing? Are we healing? We're getting Pizza Huts back. No one's going to pride parades anymore. That's yesterday's news. Are we making the positive steps forward? This is in California too. The California beach was really weird because they did have pride and trans lifeguard stations, which was really weird to see. I guess they had to do that. I don't know. So like everywhere you went, like for the lifeguard stands out on the beach was like trans flag and pride flags and all that stuff. And you're just kind of like, why? You know? Pre-dawn corpse with 3 kicks right to the side of my face. He knocked me down quicker than 17 seconds. Jed said wait until next month. Yeah, that's true. I gotta be honest. The pride stuff that they used to pull at Universal and Disney in the month of June has been like put in the corner. It's very weird. Last year, so years past, man, like back in the peak of Biden and all that stuff, when it was Pride Month at the Disney parks, they flew like rainbow flags. They had like a bunch of like characters dressed in like rainbow flag, like all that stuff. And you're just like, this is disgusting. I guess people like told them, we don't want that crap. And last year for Pride Month, they had a little section for merch. It was the same merch they sold last year, and it was off in the corner. And they had one little place to get photos that was like you had to go there and find it. Like it wasn't out in the open. It's like you had to take a walk, make a left, and keep, So Universal was the same way. I mean, it was like they had for like several years ago for Pride, it was a big deal. Now it's like they got one little section in the corner. So I'm like, is the world healing? If you want to sell that stuff, that's fine. Just don't like freaking choke it down our throats. And what is going on over there in the UK? Was it a closet? No. No. I'm in tears. British patriots are grabbing crosses as they march to take back their country. UK has fallen. UK patriots want it back. Look at all the crosses on the ground. Oh, that's how the Crusades got started, baby. Keenan for 2. How did you find Krista and become friends? Krista watched one of my videos on YouTube and left a comment. And I commented back. And then she followed me on Twitter and I followed her back. And that's how it all started. Pretty simple. And I wasn't creepy like some people are. I wasn't in her DMs or anything like that. We just kind of made jokes on Twitter. That was about it. I wasn't in her DMs like being nasty and saying stuff. And I didn't do any of that stuff. None of it. Yo, shout out Wicked Virtue, Coffee and Sunshine. That's how me and Jay became friends. Jay was like, "Who's this black guy?" I said, "I'm Cole." Shout out Wicked Virtue. It's been hot in Florida since I came back. The weather, I will say this, the weather in LA was wonderful. Too little, too late. Too little, too late. You know? Donna says, I wonder why guys continually think that it works if you hit us up and say gross stuff in DMs. Why do they think? How do they think we're going to respond? And let me tell you something else, fellas. I'm not speaking for Wicked Virtue because she's here or any other girl like Krista, but sometimes when guys are gross in the DMs, girls tell their friends. So now you get like blacklisted. You get gross DMs like, hey, man, I gotta like whatever weird stuff people say. Girls are like, this is freaking gross. Look at this guy. Do you know him? Jason says turtles mating in my backyard tags. Do you see any? No. Jay said blacklisted. Cole House, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Oh. I turned message requests off. See what y'all did? You made Wicked turn her message request off. Now you fellas got no chance. This is weird, right? This is kind of weird. Rachel Reynolds says, just don't be a weirdo. I mean, that's some of the DMs, man, that some people saying are like, Donna's correct. I'm like, what is she supposed to do with this information that you sent in the DMs? What are you supposed to do with this information? Oh, Florida just solved range anxiety for EV drivers. I don't think so. I have to be honest. I think this is a terrible idea. But I feel like this could be the future of like some highways. They're testing a highway that will charge your car while you're driving, wireless charging lane built right in the road. It is true. We've been hearing about this. But I think this is a bad idea, Florida.
Florida is set to develop a highway that charges the electrical vehicle as the drive. Let's see more about this. Florida is testing roads that charge electric vehicles while you drive. The SR 516 project, located near Orlando, will include a 0.75-mile wireless charging test section built directly into the highway. Specially equipped EVs will be able to recharge while moving. Testing will begin in phases starting in 2026 as part of the SR 516 Lake Orange Expressway. This could be a game changer for EV owners and for the future of infrastructure in Florida.
The thing is, you're not going to charge your car with less than a mile road. Number two, if it's free, who's paying for it, right? Also, if it's free, you're going to get people that have electric cars drive on this road extra slow. Tree Bear says, if you're wondering if this is a bad idea, just know California thinks it's a great idea. Yeah, I think it's bad. I think on paper, it kind of sounds cool. It's like, but if you own an electric vehicle, you are responsible for charging it. Just like I'm responsible for putting gas in my car when I need gas. I agree. Morons will park in that lane. Exactly. Some idiot's going to stop in traffic. I agree completely. They'll stop and get it charged so they don't have to pay for it. I think this is a terrible idea. Honestly, and I feel the only reason why they're doing it is because they're getting ready to launch the driverless electric taxis. You know? Those taxis to the airport and like back and forth that are driverless and that are all electric. I feel like this is going to be a part of it. I was reading too, like they're the ones that are going to end up paying for it. Like if you take that taxi, there's going to be like a tax in that taxi that'll pay for this road. But I'm like, man, if you buy an electric vehicle, which is your prerogative to own an electric vehicle, then you are responsible for charging it, not the state. Just as if you buy a gas vehicle, you are responsible for putting gas in it. If this is an incentive to like push EVs, it's a terrible one. It's a terrible one. Because then it's like, are you going to have like gas stations on the side of the road that are free for, you know what I mean? And the only cars that are coming out that have the wireless charging right now are the taxis. The Tesla taxis that don't even have a steering wheel, or those Waymo cars, right? This is a bad idea, Florida, but I knew that there were signs and stuff already. I think there was something about, yeah, right here. Speaking of the problem with driverless cars, right here.
Video here captured several of the self-driving cars just clogging up a neighborhood cul-de-sac. The people living in the Northwest Atlanta neighborhood say dozens end up circling their community. Channel 2 Steve Gelbach is on one street where they want the Waymos to stop.
It's almost every little cul-de-sac around our area, so I think it's a real problem.
Waymo after Waymo after Waymo enter this dead-end street, usually early in the morning.
I think yesterday morning we had 50 cars that came through between 6 and 7.
Neighbors on Battleview Drive started seeing the autonomous driverless cars 2 months ago, but the groupings and large number of Waymos just started circling in and out in the last couple weeks. They even shared video with us when neighbors used this little guy to put him right out here in the street to block the Waymos from getting into the cul-de-sac, and you can imagine what happened next.
And we had at one point 8 Waymos that were stuck trying to figure out how to turn around.
The Waymos are empty and not picking anyone up. Parents are worried, not only calling it excessive, but dangerous.
We're families, we have small kids, we have animals and pets, we've got kids getting on the bus in the mornings, and it just doesn't feel safe to have that traffic.
Neighbors reached out to Waymo and have not got a response. They've also contacted their council member, representatives, and GDOT, don't know what to do.
We would just like to see them stay on main traffic roads. I don't think there's any reason to be on small residential cul-de-sacs if they're not picking up somebody.
Steve Gelbach, Channel 2 Action News.
Video.
Wild. It's taking over, huh? Taking over. We did have a did we not have like a Christian gathering at the White House or in Washington D.C. this weekend too? And then after this, we're going to show the alien video. It's like 5 minutes long. Kind of crazy.
Thus Solomon finished the house of the Lord and the king's house, and all that came into Solomon's heart to make in the house of the Lord, and in his own house he prosperously effected. And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer and have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven, that there be no rain, or if I command the locusts to devour the land, or if I send pestilence among my people, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then will I hear from heaven and will forgive their sin and will heal their land. Now my eyes shall be open and my ears attent to the prayer that is made in this place. For now I have chosen and sanctified this house, that my name may be there forever, and my eyes and my heart shall be there perpetually. And as for you, if you will walk before me, as David your father walked, and do according to all that I have commanded you, and shall observe my statutes and my judgments, then will I establish the throne of my kingdom according to as I have covenanted with David your father, saying, there shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away and forsake my statutes and my commandments, which I have set before you, and shall go and serve other gods and worship them, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them, and this house which I have sanctified for my name will I cast out of my sight, and will make it to be a proverb and a byword among nations. And this house which is high shall be an astonishment to every one that passes by it, so that he shall say, why has the Lord done thus to this land and to this house? And it shall be answered, because they forsook the Lord God of their
You just
fathers,
reading the Bible here?
which brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, and laid hold on other gods, and worshiped them and served them. Therefore has he brought all this evil upon them.
Dang. Did we not have like Christians show up at I thought that's what we had. I thought there was something happening this weekend at the White House area. And there was like a weekend of prayer. Is that what's going on? National Mall for Rededication 250. Oh, okay, that's what it was. Rededication 250. That's cool. As a Christian myself, I like seeing that stuff. Where is the... Here it is right here. Elon Musk posted this too. Paula White was the demon speaker. Listen, let me just say this about Paula White. All right. Let me just say this about Paula White and all the other ridiculous prosperity gospel heretics that are out there. There is a verse in the Bible where people like Paula White and others that had a position of power where they went to Paul and they said, are you going to condone these people for like preaching the gospel just to make money? Right? And Paul's like, in the Bible says, just let them be. They're preaching the good word. And basically Paul was saying that even snakes in the grass that preach the gospel, it will get to the ears that need to hear them so people will be saved. And then he goes on to be like, they're going to be held accountable worse than the regular people. So I got bigger fish to fry, basically what Paul was saying. And watch out for pee-pee poo-poo, man. That's all. This is from Elon Musk. Yeah, the Lord does work. The thing is, some people give them too much thought. It's like, don't give them too much thought. Like they're not, you know. Graham says no ropes spinning yarns to lead folks astray. That's the thing is that the thing is, Graham. The thing is, I think God is bigger than that thinking. I used to put God in a box thinking that a simple man can lead people astray. But if they're truly searching for God, I believe God is bigger than the false teachers that are out there. But there is nothing wrong with calling them out for what they're doing, if that makes sense. I had to like not put God in a box anymore, you know? That's just me. Maybe my thinking will change down the road, but I think if people are truly seeking, oh man, he was just trying to be funny. Okay, I should have known better. I should have known better. Forget it. Let's talk about aliens.
Fox News alert, the Justice Department just released the bombshell report that we've been waiting for. What actually happened on January 6th? The FBI had 26 confidential human sources there that day.
Wait a minute. This was supposed to be about aliens. Hold on. Did I share the wrong thing? I got to be honest. I really don't care about January 6th anymore. We all know it was a farce. Really? It's January 6th? I thought this was about aliens. That's what I get for not screening these things. Hold on. 1 second, please. Is this it? No. The Freak Jay. I already knew about January 6th. Oh, here it is right here. Holy crap. I played the wrong clip. I apologize to my, I run a professional show here. Here it is. UFOs. There it is. All right. Oh, it's only 2 minutes. Okay.
We are not alone. The Pentagon released the UFO files a few weeks back, and we just found out over 1 billion people have visited the site. 1 billion. It's got to be a record. The War Department says more files will be released soon. UFO experts and top researchers have been investigating aliens for years. Their sources say dozens of crashed UFOs have been recovered, and what they found inside, shocking.
And do people think that there's one type of non-human intelligence that's visiting the Earth, or is there many, many types?
People who have been involved in recoveries have said
there are at least 4 types, 4 separate types. Now, I have not had direct access to that, but I believe the people who I talked to.
4 different types of life.
4 different types of life.
4 different species of aliens. Another scientist called them Greys, Nordics, insectoids, and reptilians. All of them have 2 arms and 2 legs, just like us.
Reptilian. Reptilian aliens.
Experts speculate the reptilians are scaly with long tails like a lizard. Insectoids look like a praying mantis. The Greys look like your classic movie alien, and the Nordics look like a regular Swedish guy.
Man, I don't believe it. I don't believe any of this. Did they just find like an old movie? If a freaking alien came out of a ship and it looked like a giant praying mantis, I'd probably laugh at it. Are you sure this just wasn't a science experiment gone horribly wrong that escaped? You know, did they figure out how to grow a giant praying mantis and it just escaped? And now they're like, it's an alien. Or a giant lizard man. Maybe someone was born with a bad infection and they got scaly skin. I'm having a tough time. I don't believe this. That's just me.
But 7 feet tall. We haven't seen the evidence, but Pete Hegseth says more evidence is coming. And there are a lot of...
Wait. We haven't seen the evidence, but more evidence is coming?
Believers in Congress.
I have seen evidence in a skiff that leads me to believe there are things we cannot explain, and I have observed things that are of non-human origin and creation. That's my opinion.
Releasing the files isn't easy. They've been hitting for years, and a lot of people want to keep it that way.
problem we have right now is the deep state's fighting the president on release, and he kept his word. And I suspect some of our not so friendly comrades and some of our alphabet agencies are slow walking a lot of the information. It's about power, it's about control, and that's kind of what runs Washington.
So why is our own government fighting so hard to keep these secret? Well, a dozen scientists have either gone missing or died. Now, we don't know if that's related, but people are scared to talk.
One I thought was going to do an interview, and then a couple days before sent me a message saying, after further consideration and long talks with my wife, I decided I'd be forfeiting my life if I participated in your interview. And I thought that was like very unsettling message to get, obviously, but also very specific word choice, forfeiting my life.
Lizard people and praying mantis people that were 7 feet tall. I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The great distraction heard around the world. I don't know. That's some 70s. What's up, Bella Stella? That's some 70s sci-fi. Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying, like an old black and white movie. Kind of weird. The only thing that they released was this video right here, which shockingly is a description of an angel. Believe it or not. That's all I'm saying. Are the giant praying mantis gonna eat us? Like they're like we're just food for them, and they're like, okay, it's we gotta maybe they've got like tons of other planets that they use for their food source, and like our time is on its way, Yo Jitsu says, good morning, Rebellion. God is good. 100. Zach for 20. Appreciate your streams. Thanks for letting me test out Kick more. Do streamers get a better cut there? Didn't see the answer on Kick. Oh yeah, the cut on Kick is 95.5. It's actually the best there is. So yes, they do. Didn't see any answers on Kick. Rumble Wallet is probably the best option. Have a great week, Jay. 199. Zach, shout out to you, brother. Thanks for hanging out. Chris Coran says, you're on point. I've been saying that is our biggest issue is we try to keep God in a box so we feel safe. He is beyond our comprehension on his strength, wisdom, and ability. Keep preaching, man. You're 100% correct. I do it all the time. God is so big, but he's not bigger than this, right? Yellow Flash says, I wonder what Paul would say about these evangelical Zionists that want to use America to restore the third temple and plunge the world into a chaos over Schofield translation that are bogus nonsense. He probably would say just that. Paul would just write letters to his own church and be like, don't believe that nonsense. That's what he would do. Paul writes letters to churches. And he's like, or people. And he's like, hey, man, like, be careful with these groups. Not good people. That's what Paul did. He debated, and then he got arrested, and then he wrote all his letters while he was in jail. Paul's letters are amazing. I don't think most Christians would like Paul if he was alive today. He would probably be very harsh. He was very harsh back then. Paul was one of the only people to confront. Look, Peter, who freaking walked with Jesus, who walked on water for a second. Peter, who was like, got to see things and all that stuff. Peter had a higher ranking level, I guess, maybe. Paul told Peter off. It's like, You got some problems, Peter. Like, you're doing it wrong. You're preaching the wrong gospel. You're doing this. You're doing that. Kind of crazy. I don't think people would like Paul. Let's see. What else did I have here? Little dead air for you, right? I thought that was longer. The UFO stuff is just. Here's some good news for Kohlhauser. As many as 19 members of the Congressional Black Caucus, almost a third of its membership, are at risk of losing their seat through the 2028 cycle. Mm. Well, there's that. Black Caucus. Did I say it wrong? And the comment section does not disappoint. Yeesh. That's pretty rough. Hold on, let's see. If you've never seen a movie in 4DX, make sure. Heavy D says, I'm reading the Ethiopian Bible right now, especially the Book of Enoch. A lot of people like the Book of Enoch. I'm more of a red letter guy right now. I got to get that stuff worked out in my life before I go into anything like that. This theater will rock, man. This like.
Hey, never touch the buttons.
I think I would get sick.
Before going into harm's way, check your armor. The kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him.
It just.
Are you scared?
It's just like, it just shakes you back and forth. I didn't like it because at first it's kind of cool and you're like, hey, yeah, that's fun. And then it's like, it's annoying. You're kind of like, I need it to stop because I want to drink something or eat my popcorn. So yeah, it's too, like, an hour is too much. That's why like roller coaster rides are like 45 seconds, a minute is like, it's too much. It's way too much. Not a fan at all. Not a fan. Let's see. "17 seconds." That's right. Mandalorian and Grogu debuts with a 58% score on Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah. Not shocking. What do we have here from Yellow Flash? I would recommend reading just the Apocrypha. It has what's in the Ethiopian Bible and more. I think that's good that you read that kind of stuff. I'm like, not like, I've got to like figure out Jesus first, man. Like before I always ask myself a question. Jay, if you like knew some of those like in-depth Old Testament secrets, would it really impact you? I was like, probably not. Probably not. It'd be like, that's cool to learn. Don't get me wrong. But would it impact my my closeness to God? Probably not. I got to get the Jesus stuff down first. I feel like for me personally that my walk with God would be a failure if I go to church and read the Bible over and over and never change. That's what I think. If I still harbor unforgiveness, if I still attack people that I don't like, if I still want to see other people burn, if I still if I don't change like certain things like that, like holding on to past grudges, all that stuff, it's like, what was the point of all of that if what was the point of all that? So I got to get that other stuff down pat first. And that's just me. I'm not talking about anybody else. My own personal walk there. Cuba has acquired more than 300 military drones and recently began discussing plans to use them to attack the U.S. assets, according to a classified intelligence share. If it's classified intelligence, why do you have it? The intelligence could become a pretext for U.S. military action. Man, you trust the media as far as you could throw them, right? You know? Jay, that's literally the definition of faith without works is dead. I'm only bringing this up because you didn't understand it before. Okay. To me, it sounds like you need structure and Orthodox can help. Man, I ain't dealing with no more church labels. No offense. I'm glad it helps you. I don't want nothing to do with it. I don't want nothing to do with it, honestly. Church has been so negative on my life. It's like um what is this arguing in my chat about this stuff? What are we arguing here? Christian Rocket has multiple authors. That's why it was not included. Doesn't make it not true. If you read it, you see the link pins to the Old Testament and Gospels. Yeah, I don't have a problem when people read. Like, I don't care. Oh, about the Book of Enoch. Oh, I don't care. That's just me. I'm not on that level yet, man. I'm not on that level. I'm not on that level. Jesus told Jay to trip who? Enoch is not important unless you are really into aliens and giants and crap. Well, I think it's important to some people. You can say the same thing about anything else you read. Like, why read history books about pirates? In the grand scheme of things, it's not important about anything in my walk with God, but I just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Jay sounds more down than usual. What? You can say that about anything. I don't think it's nonsense. You seem upset at something. What are you talking about, Blue Shell? I'm very angry. I'm so upset today. And you know what really bothers me? Is that we finally get You finally get a Lego Main Street, and it's stupid. Lego Disney Main Street, and it's not. It doesn't even look like the Main Street we get, man. It's terrible design. So upset. Jay, did you read the tales about the droid attack on the Wookiee? I'm uncomfortable seeing this side of Jay. It really brings me down. I might be a little tired from traveling. I'm upset that Jeremy gets more super chats than I do, and I don't know how to combat that, you know? I'm not sure how that works. This guy's got a Spider-Man shirt on. These are all the characters you get? You get Disney adults, huh? $400, man. Did you stop going to church? No. Not at all. Let's see. I've also lost my place, you know. That's the worst part. All I'm seeing is like Mandalorian reviews, and they're just bad, man. I don't really like talking too much pop culture over here, but it kind of like seeps in. The Mandalorian is a lot of fun with Baby Yoda's adorableness, doing a lot of the heavy lifting. 3. Lower stakes for a Star Wars movie. It all ends up feeling rather inconsequential. Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Yes. Did you ever see any plus sizers at the park? Yes. That's right. What article will Jay trigger Ryan today? Probably none, because it's my last daily for a good minute. It's my last daily for a while. Maybe a week today. So probably what we'll do. I thought I had something else here. That's why I lost my place. It starts the fall of daily. All I'm seeing is Lego. Not Lego. Mando. Oh well. Look at this. Look at this review right here. I'll be on daily today, but after that, I'm off for a while. Saw Mandalorian. Apologies to the acolyte. Is Beardo replacing me? I have no idea. Hopefully permanently. That'll be great. Because I'm so upset or mad, apparently. Why no pop culture? This is my favorite. I talk pop culture on my Drunk 3PO channel. Here it's like mostly like going over today's news. You know. I'm actually, let's be honest, we don't know what this morning show is. I try to have some things like set aside, but you know. Apologies to the acolyte. And you know it's bad when that's the case. Look at these headlines, bro. Like, this is my feed. Hold on, here we go. The show's pretty much kind of wrapping up anyway. The Mandalorian and Grogu review. Pedro Pascal in a Star Wars movie that's just good enough to make you wish it were better. Man, that's great. It's good enough. Just, I wish it was better. Do I dare scroll down? Sebastian Stan says, what's happening in America under Donald Trump is not a laughing matter. Oh, here we go.
We're in a really, really bad. It's just not a laughing matter, to be honest. It isn't. You know, it's, I think we're in a really, really bad place. I really do. And to be honest with you, it's like when you're looking at what's happening, right, which is, if we're talking about the consolidation of the media, censorship, the threats, the supposed lawsuits that seemingly never end but don't actually go anywhere. You know, the writing was on the wall. We encountered all that with the movie.
We encountered all that in The Apprentice to the point where there were days before. Yeah. Yeah, censorship is really bad that you're allowed to talk about a sitting president without anything happening to you.
You know,
it's really
it's,
bad in this country, isn't it?
I think we're in a really, really...
Did I play the whole thing?
Maybe people are paying attention more to that film. I think it will stand the test of time for that, but
I need people to pay attention to our film because we tell it like it is. Buddy, we are tired of Hollywood and their stupid political talk that you guys live in a bubble and you will never understand the average working man. You'll never understand what people go through. You'll never understand. You'll never understand. Hey, Steph is correct. I know what I'm talking about because I played him in a movie one time. That's correct. Clyde for 10, did you see that 2-hour first part of KOTOR film that a Christian school in Florida made? No AI up on YouTube. I know no one cares about Star Wars anymore. Follows the game, though. No, I did not. Clyde for 10. Yeah, what's it called, Clyde? Put it in the chat. I love how, like, Trump does one little thing, like, and people get so triggered, they're, like, done with him. Or, oh, my gosh, these Hollywood actors. It's like, let's see. I was just, like, doom scrolling when that came up. What else do we have here? Pretty much it, huh? Gas prices are going up. Got to get that war over with, Trump. Not helping. Got to get that war over with. Oh, yeah. Also, this. Is everybody, like, doing okay over there? I saw this, too. I don't have any clips for Ryan today. I'm just going to let him run the show. Like, this is terrible.
California. It broke out about 40 miles northwest of LA. The flames scorching more than 1,300 acres. The fire is prompting evacuation orders for nearly 30,000 people.
I just went out the door and I looked and it was like a third up the hill already. And I said 911. I called it.
The whole area right there was all in flames, smoke everywhere, and scary, but we had a lot of people praying for us.
I was just asking God to get me out of there.
Wow.
About 500 firefighters are battling the flames. The cause of the fire is under investigation. It's also super dry out there right now.
Meanwhile, 3 people killed in a shooting at San Diego's largest mosque yesterday.
Oh, yeah, that's right. California, like, a lot of stuff happening over there. I didn't even bring that up today. Crazy. A lot of craziness going on. Make sure you guys pray for people all around, you know. You got to pray for your leaders. You got to pray for, like, people that don't know what's going on, you got to pray, you know? Yeah, the teen hate crimes too. I didn't even bring that up either. Always. Anyway, thank you guys for showing up on the show today. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't know if we're doing a midday mixer this week. I'll have to get with the team because I will be traveling again. And I do hope some of you guys come out to some of these meetups, you know? Be the reason someone smiles today and take 5 minutes and read your Bible, even if it's the book of Enoch. As long as you start your journey, that's the most important thing. You got to start your journey. Everybody's journey is different. Everybody's walk is different. And don't worry about what the world is saying. If you feel like I got to start my journey right here, then that's where you start. You know? That's where you start. Bye, y'all. Go read Enoch. No, man, read the book of Luke. Read the book of Luke, then Acts. Then if you want to go into Enoch, that's cool. Go do your thing. I will say this, and maybe my other Christian friends can agree. Just don't start with the book of Revelation. Oh, I'm only trolling. I love Lady Aaron D. Just don't start with the book of Revelation. You really screw yourself up with that one. With that one. She knows I'm just messing. Oh, man. And I'll be sad, man. It'll be the last time I see you guys on daily for about, I think, Thursday, Friday, Monday. I won't be on. Yeah. And then maybe I'll be on Tuesday, and then I'm gone again. Thursday, Friday, Monday, things like that. Make sure you sign up for the Patreon to get the information on the He-Man tickets kind of thing. We'll try to get that out this week. I think people will be happy I'm not on daily. You should see what the chat says about me on daily. I mean, it's crazy. So it's rough. People are like, Jay's so dumb. Why is he here? He makes Ryan look bad. I mean, it just doesn't end. I'm like, we'll just let them do their thing. But yeah, everything changed. There's a time for change, you know? It might be better without me on. We'll see. We'll see. Because sometimes, man, like that pop culture stuff, holy crap, dude. Sometimes I just don't care about it anymore, you know? Like I want to do other things. Like eat Pringles. Look at this. Pringles is releasing beer cheese burger chips in collaboration with Miller Lite. They will also bring back beer braised steak flavor. I might say this was what I'll show Ryan. Hey, nothing but love to everyone out there. You don't have to agree with anything I say. Go out and be the best version of you could possibly be, you know? Man, Jeremy the Cyborg comes in my chat to tell me that Beardo gets a cool gift. That sucks. Let Beardo know there's a surprise from Japan for him from me in his P.O. box. Dang, and I get nothing. Wow. Jay, you brought back California negativity, man. Keep it positive. What are you talking about? I'm very positive. Jeremy the Cyborg. Hey, I want you to tell Beardo something because you're not important. Do my bidding, Jay. Be the messenger boy. Do my bidding. I'll bring you a gift, Jay, someday. I don't need it. It's all jokes. Of course I tell him. It's all jokes. When I see him again, I don't know. Jay's been reduced to a message boy. I know, man. It's awful. Get a P.O. box and I'll send you something cool. I probably won't get one until after I get back from all these trips. You know. Jay, at least he paid you. That is true. Jeremy the Cyborg came through with $5. It's true. It's all. I'm just joking. Of course, I'll let him know when I see. I don't know when I'm gonna see him again, but I'll let him know. Let me make sure I'm all set on Rumble. We're all set on Kick. I know I said I was gone. I bought you a chair last year. That you did, sir. That you did, good sir. That's right here behind me. It's a chair that I use when I game. That you did. Man, that looks freaking. I know I said the show was done. Here I'm still going. Dude Wipes posted. Live from Castle Grayskull. All right, for real, I'm done. For real. For real, I'm done. Hey, God bless you guys. Have a great one. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll see